This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran.
All right, it looks like things are heating up in the Middle East again. President al-Assad of Syria has been overthrown. Reports are coming in that his plane has crashed and that he has actually been killed in that crash. What I want to talk about is, why is this happening? What is this really all about? This is actually a chess move and a proxy war between the United States and Russia. The war in Syria has been raging for about 13 years. When it first kicked off, Russia and Iran were really making it hard to overthrow the Assad regime. And what the United States did, because this is basically all about their support for Israel, and I'll get to that in a second. Because Russia was very focused and is an ally of Bashar al-Assad, they were not about to allow him to fall. In war, you never want to fight on multiple fronts. If you have to fight on multiple fronts, say on your west side and then your east side of your country, on the bottom half, on the southern side or the east side of your country, 2 war fronts at one time, you're going to lose. Or you have to pay attention to either one. So what the masterminds on the chessboard did is they took the focus, Russia's focus, away from Syria, and they moved its focus to the Ukraine. By provoking Russia and enforcing Russia to invade the Ukraine, and now at least 500,000 people have lost their lives. We really don't know how many Russians, but the bulk of the Russian army is focused on the Ukrainian front. That has allowed for resources to be moved away from Syria to the Ukraine, giving an opening for the governments of the world that want to overthrow Syria to go ahead and have that opportunity to do so. Here's the reason why it's all done. If you have Syria in place, you have Hamas in place, you have Hezbollah in place, it makes it very hard for Israel to defend itself. So by moving the Russian focus away from Syria, the Israelis were able to take out Hamas, neutralize Hezbollah and Lebanon, and now, finally, take down Syria. Why was Syria important? Syria being an ally of Iran, they were actually in the middle of transferring a lot of weapons to Hezbollah. Also, Syria being a country that was opposed to Israel would be able to fight in any wars that engaged with Israel. If you're able to get rid of Syria, you neutralize Lebanon, that gives you a clear path straight to Iran, because you already have Iraq in our back pocket. It's a domino effect. They're picking off one country at a time, and then the end result will be an eventual overthrow or a major bombardment or nuclear strike on Iran. When you have an opponent, what you want to do is isolate that opponent. You want to take all their assets, all their friends, all their allies, either have them occupied or knock them off one at a time. The end result is the gun being pointed at Iran. This is what this is really all about. And that's the reason why Assad had to go. They wanted this done earlier, but like I said, Russia was too involved. Russia is in no position right now to move forces to defend Syria. It's fighting its own war, a major war. It's so bad that Russia is now having North Korean soldiers fight their battles with them. So right now, if you look at it, the opponents of Iran and Russia, they're picking up wins. This is a major win for them. You have one chess piece removed from the board. One more. It started with Iraq. It started with Afghanistan, and it's culminating to a major war in the Middle East. What makes this very tantalizing for those that want war is that right now you have a clear flight from Israel through Lebanon, through Syria, through Iraq, straight to Iran. That's the real reason why this is all happening. It's to preoccupy Russia so they don't back them, don't back the Syrians. It's to take Syria off the board. And then eventually, the next that will be dealt with will be Iran. I don't advocate for any of this. I just tell it like it is. My job is to see what's going on and explain it, not to say if I agree or not. But let's just hope this doesn't get out of hand and results some kind of nuclear war because it'll be dangerous for everyone. So good night, everyone, and stay safe.